The 1980s had some muscle cars that everyone remembers, but what about the ones that slipped under the radar? Some of the fastest machines of the decade never got the fame they deserved, yet they could leave bigger names in the dust. This video will reveal the secret speed demons of the 80s. Number 15, 1987, Shelby CSX. Chrysler was never the biggest name in high-speed performance, but in the late 1980s, it had a car that could fly down the road. The Shelby CSX was one of the fastest front-wheel drive cars of its time. It could hit 60 miles per hour in just over 7 seconds, and some versions reached a top speed of over 131 miles per hour. That was no small feat for a car based on the Dodge Shadow, a model most people saw as an everyday commuter vehicle. Shelby's work turned it into a performance machine that could surprise almost anyone. The CSX may have started as a simple car, but Shelby made sure it could perform far beyond what most expected. Under the hood was a 134 cubic inch turbocharged engine, pushing 175 horsepower. That might not sound like much today, but in the late 1980s, it was enough to make this car a serious competitor. The high-boost turbocharger gave the car quick acceleration, while the 5-speed manual transmission let drivers push it to its limits. Moreover, the design changes made a huge difference as well. A sport-tuned suspension system gave the car tighter control on the road, and the improved steering system made handling more precise. Even though the car had a front-heavy layout, it stayed planted through corners and could keep up with more advanced rear-wheel drive competitors. Stronger brakes taken from the Daytona Shelby Z gave it better stopping power, bringing it down from high speeds safely. Beyond this, the final version of the CSX, known as the CSX 5NT, introduced a special turbocharger with variable nozzle technology. This made power come in faster and stronger, reducing turbo lag and improving acceleration. Car and Driver magazine tested this version and reportedly reached a top speed of 155 miles per hour. That was incredible for a front-wheel drive car at the time. Shelby only built a few hundred of these cars, but they left a lasting mark. The CSX proved that even a simple, compact car could be turned into a high-speed machine with the right engineering and vision. Number 14, 1989, Pontiac Firebird, Formula 350. The 1989 Pontiac Firebird Formula 350 is a machine built for speed, a car that could still turn heads decades later. It could go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6.4 seconds and finish a quarter mile in 14.9 seconds. Back in the late 1980s, these numbers meant serious performance. This was the era of fast cars and growing technology, a time when muscle cars were still proving their dominance on the road. The Formula 350 was Pontiac's way of showing that raw power and modern engineering could come together in a car that was both quick and stylish. The heart of this car was its 350 cubic inch V8 engine, delivering strong acceleration and a thrilling driving experience. Unlike other sports cars of its time, the Firebird Formula 350 was designed with performance in mind, featuring a solid combination of horsepower and torque that made every drive exciting. This engine was connected to a smooth automatic or a manual transmission, allowing drivers to fully control the power. The combination of an upgraded suspension and a well-balanced chassis gave the car stability at high speeds, making it perfect for straight-line acceleration and sharp turns. A strong drivetrain was only part of Formula 350's success. The car's design also played a role in its speed and handling. A low and wide body reduced wind resistance, while its lightweight frame helped it move quickly without wasting power. Special attention was given to aerodynamics, allowing the car to cut through the air with ease. Large wheels and a carefully tuned suspension kept the Firebird steady, ensuring that drivers could push the limits without losing control. Stopping power was just as important as speed. The Formula 350 came with 4-wheel disc brakes, giving it the ability to slow down effectively even after reaching high speeds. Braking performance was further improved by a strong rear differential, helping to distribute power smoothly and keep the car under control. Everything about this Firebird was designed to balance power, control, and safety. A fast car is more than just numbers. It is about the feeling of pushing the throttle and hearing the roar of the engine. Even today, the 1989 Pontiac Firebird Formula 350 remains a true symbol of speed, a machine that proved that muscle cars were built to last. Number 13, 1985, Dodge Omni G LHT. Speed is what makes a car exciting, and in 1985, one small machine surprised everyone with its quickness. The Dodge Omni GLHT was built to be fast, and it proved itself by reaching 60 miles per hour in just 6.5 seconds. At a time when most cars of its size were slow and boring, this one could leave them behind in seconds. Its lightweight body and powerful engine made it one of the quickest small cars on the road. Even though it was small, it had the heart of a performance car. Power came from a 134 cubic inch turbocharged engine that produced 146 horsepower. The turbocharger forced extra air into the engine, helping it produce more power without needing a larger size. The engine's design allowed it to deliver strong acceleration while still being practical for everyday driving. This combination of power and low weight gave the car its impressive speed. Handling was just as important as power, and the car was built to stay in control. It had stiff suspension, better brakes, and wider tires to improve grip on the road. When turning at high speeds, the car stayed stable and didn't slide out of control. These upgrades made it a great choice for those who wanted a car that could take sharp corners without losing balance. Even on twisty roads, it remained steady and quick. The performance of this car put it ahead of many bigger and more expensive vehicles. Its speed allowed it to challenge larger cars that were supposed to be faster. Even in professional tests, it managed to keep up with some of the most respected sports cars of the era. A fast car needs more than just a strong engine. It needs a complete package of power, control, and efficiency. The Dodge Omni GLHT delivered all three. It was not just quick for its size, it was quick by any standard. Love discovering hidden muscle cars from the 1980s? Make sure to like this post and subscribe for more forgotten speed machines. Got a favorite unknown muscle car from this era? Drop a comment and let us know which one deserves more attention. Your support keeps these legends alive. Number 12, 1987, Buick Regal Limited Turbo. Speed was the name of the game in the late 1980s, and one car took everyone by surprise. The 1987 Buick Regal Limited Turbo was fast, so fast that it could reach 60 miles per hour in just 6.2 seconds. It did not just stop there. This car could finish a quarter-mile run in 14.8 seconds. That was serious performance, and it all came from a turbocharged engine that gave it power like no other. This car was different because it did not have a big 8-cylinder engine like most fast cars of that time. Instead, it had a 232 cubic inch 6-cylinder turbocharged engine. That might sound small, but the technology packed inside made it a real performer. With electronic multi-port fuel injection, distributor-less ignition, and an air-to-air intercooler, it could produce 245 horsepower and 330 pound-feet of torque. That much power in a mid-size car meant it could take off from a stop with incredible force. A car this fast needed the right transmission to keep up. It came with a 4-speed automatic transmission called the 204R. This allowed the turbo to keep working without losing power during shifts. That meant the driver could accelerate without worrying about losing speed. The power was sent to the rear wheels through a limited slip differential with a 3.42 final drive ratio. This helped keep the car stable even when pushing it to its limits. Handling was just as important as speed, and this car had a suspension built to keep it steady. It had independent control arms with coil springs in the front and a 4-link setup in the rear. Anti-roll bars helped reduce body movement, making sure the car stayed planted on the road. Hydraulic shock absorbers kept everything smooth, even when taking sharp turns at high speeds. Stopping power was just as important as acceleration. The front wheels had disc brakes, while the rear had drum brakes. The braking system included a special booster to improve stopping performance. To keep everything in place, the car was built on a strong perimeter frame with several mounting points. All these features worked together to make it a true high-speed machine. Number 11, 1982 Ford Mustang GT 5.0 HO. The 1982 Ford Mustang GT5 HO is built to go fast. This car does not just move. It races ahead with power that pushes it from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6.9 seconds. That is a number that proves this Mustang is one of the quickest cars on the road. It does not stop at 60 either. The speed keeps climbing, reaching 100 miles per hour in 21.1 seconds. For a production car of its time, this is an incredible achievement, and the Mustang does it with a perfect balance of acceleration, handling, and braking. Everything about this car is designed for performance. The engine is a 302 cubic inch V8, and it is not the same weak version that was used in earlier models. It produces 160 horsepower and about 250 pound-feet of torque, making it much stronger. The engineers improved its power by changing the camshaft, using better exhaust valves, and adding a high-performance intake system. This means the car does not just gain speed quickly, it also keeps delivering power, even when the engine revs higher. The air and fuel systems are upgraded to make sure the engine never runs out of breath. A large dual snorkel air cleaner takes in cool air from the outside, while a bigger carburetor with anti-slosh features ensures smooth fuel delivery even when the car is taking sharp turns at high speed. The exhaust system is just as advanced, reducing back pressure while still keeping the noise levels within legal limits. This results in an engine that breathes easily and responds instantly to every push of the accelerator. Speed is nothing without control, and this Mustang has a suspension built to handle its power. A reinforced rear axle, upgraded shocks, and special suspension tuning allow the car to stay stable even at high speeds. Braking is also top level, stopping from 60 miles per hour in about 160 feet, matching some of the best sports cars. The combination of power, grip, and braking makes the 1982 Ford Mustang GT 5HO one of the fastest and best handling cars of its time. Number 10, 1989 Chevrolet Beretta GTZ. The 1989 Chevrolet Beretta GTZ proves itself with an acceleration that demands attention, reaching 0 to 60 miles per hour in 7.6 seconds. This car is built for those who crave power. Unlike slower vehicles that struggle to gain momentum, the Beretta GTZ responds instantly when the pedal is pressed. The heart of this machine is its high-performance 140 cubic inch quad-4 engine, delivering 180 horsepower at 6,200 revolutions per minute. With such force, this car does not just drive, it surges forward, leaving behind anything that dares to compete. Every piece of the car is designed to support its thrilling speed. The 5-speed manual transmission allows the driver to control power with precision, making each shift feel like unlocking another level of performance. The torque of 160 pound-feet at 5,200 revolutions per minute means the car keeps pulling strong even at high speeds. However, the power band is narrow, requiring drivers to stay in the right gear to experience its full potential. When kept at high revolutions, the engine roars with energy, making the driving experience exciting. Handling is just as important as speed, and the Beretta GTZ does not disappoint. The wide Goodyear tires grip the road tightly, providing stability even when taking fast corners. Unlike other cars that lean too much, this one stays firm, giving confidence to those behind the wheel. The suspension is tuned for performance, balancing comfort with sharp control. While some cars struggle on tight courses, this one thrives on open roads and racetracks, where its power can be fully unleashed. Not every car can maintain speed in different conditions, but this one faces challenges with determination. The engine is powerful, but has a design that struggles in cold weather, affecting the heating system. The tires, built for grip on dry pavement, do not perform well on snow and ice. Despite these drawbacks, the car stands out in its class. Few vehicles in its category match its raw speed and aggressive acceleration. The Beretta GTZ may not be perfect, but for those who seek a fast and thrilling drive, it remains a machine built for excitement. Number 9, 1987 Pontiac 6000 STE AWD. The 1987 Pontiac 6000 STE all-wheel drive was built for speed. It was not just another sedan, it was made to challenge European performance cars. With a 189 cubic inch V6 engine producing 135 horsepower, it had enough power to push itself forward with force. The acceleration was not the quickest, reaching 0 to 60 miles per hour in 11.4 seconds. But once it got moving, it had solid highway speed. The quarter-mile time of 18.2 seconds proved it had endurance, even if it was not the fastest off the line. Speed was not just about straight roads, it needed control. This car had all-wheel drive, which meant better grip on any surface, whether dry or slippery. Many competitors had rear-wheel drive, but Pontiac gave this sedan a system that kept all four wheels engaged for stability. Around corners, it stayed balanced, preventing the slipping and sliding that came with high-powered front-wheel drive cars. The Goodyear Eagle GT tires, built for traction, ensured the car held onto the road even when taking turns at higher speeds. Despite this, power was nothing without smooth driving, and the automatic transmission played a role in that. Buyers had a choice between a 3-speed automatic as standard or a 4-speed automatic as an extra option. While the 3-speed did the job, the 4-speed allowed the engine to perform more efficiently at higher speeds. This car was designed to take on highways, and the extra gear helped it maintain speed without overworking the engine. Well, braking was just as important as acceleration, and the 4-wheel disc brakes gave it strong stopping power. Fast cars needed control, and this setup allowed the driver to slow down quickly without losing stability. The suspension system also contributed to keeping the car steady, absorbing bumps while maintaining sharp handling. Every part of the Pontiac 6000 STE all-wheel drive was designed for performance. It may not have been the fastest car in pure numbers, but its combination of power, handling, and technology made it stand out. It was a machine built to go fast, stay in control, and give drivers confidence on the road. Number 8, 1987, Oldsmobile 442. Speed has always been the mark of a great car, and in 1987, one model stood out for its power and performance, the Oldsmobile 442. This was a time when muscle cars were becoming rare, yet one machine still carried the legacy of high-speed driving. With a 305 cubic inch V8 engine producing 170 horsepower, this car could reach 60 miles per hour in 9.5 seconds. It covered a quarter mile in 16.6 seconds, hitting a speed of 83 miles per hour. These numbers made it one of the strongest performers of its time. Every part of this machine was built to enhance performance. The dual exhaust system allowed better airflow, helping the engine produce more power. A special air cleaner with 2 openings made sure the engine received enough air for better combustion. The automatic transmission worked smoothly with the powerful engine, delivering consistent speed without hesitation. A 3.73 ratio rear axle provided better acceleration, ensuring quick takeoffs from a standstill. Plus, the suspension system was designed to handle both speed and control. Manually adjustable air shocks in the rear allowed fine-tuning for different road conditions. A limited slip differential improved traction, making sure that power was sent to the wheels effectively. Wide 15-inch wheels with chrome and gold details not only looked great, but also provided a better grip on the road. The steering system was responsive, making high-speed driving both thrilling and stable. Furthermore, every detail of this car added to its ability to perform at high speeds. The body design reduced wind resistance, allowing it to move effortlessly. Special gold-striped decals and chrome wheels gave it a distinct identity, making it recognizable from a distance. Inside, the driver had access to power seats, power windows, and a leather-wrapped steering wheel for better control. The air conditioning system kept the cabin comfortable even during fast drives. With only 4,208 units made in its final production year, this car became a rare sight. It represented a time when speed still mattered, proving that even in an era of change, true performance could not be forgotten. Number 7, 1989, Ford Mustang SSP Special Service Package. The 1989 Ford Mustang SSP was built for high-speed pursuits, making it one of the fastest police cars of its time. With a top speed of over 81 miles per hour, it had the power to chase down almost anything on the road. This kind of speed was necessary for law enforcement officers who needed a vehicle that could keep up with criminals and respond to emergencies without delay. Every part of this Mustang was designed for performance and durability. Unlike the standard version, the SSP model came with special modifications to handle the intense demands of police work. It featured a reinforced body structure, ensuring that the car remained stable at high speeds. The cooling system received upgrades, including an oil cooler and a transmission fluid cooler, which helped the engine and transmission stay at the right temperature even under heavy use. The car's electrical system was also improved, with a high-output alternator that provided reliable power for emergency lights, radios, and other police equipment. The suspension system was built to handle the pressure of high-speed chases. Though it did not include major changes to the standard setup, the structure was reinforced to withstand rough driving conditions. Braking was another crucial factor, and while the SSP Mustang did not have four-wheel disc brakes, its braking system was strong enough to provide reliable stopping power. The tires were specially chosen for their grip and durability, ensuring the car remained in control at all times. Inside, the modifications focused on police needs rather than luxury. The seats were reinforced to handle long hours of use, and the floor plans were strengthened to support the weight of the officers and their gear. The speedometer was upgraded, increasing from 140 to 160 miles per hour to match the car's high-speed capabilities. It was a machine built purely for speed and performance, proving itself as one of the fastest and most reliable police cars of its era. Number 6, 1980, Chevrolet Malibu M80. Power and speed often define a performance car, but the 1980 Chevrolet Malibu M80 was built more for its looks than its ability to race. Its top speed was limited to 85 miles per hour due to federal laws, which meant it could not match the performance of past muscle cars. It reached 60 miles per hour in 11.2 seconds, and a quarter-mile run took 18.4 seconds. While it had a bold design, its speed and acceleration were not its strongest qualities. Its engine was a 305 cubic inch V8, producing 140 horsepower. This was the same engine available in other Malibu models, so it did not have any extra power. Even with a 4-barrel carburetor and an automatic transmission, the performance remained average. The sound of the engine gave the car a powerful feel, but in reality, it was not built to be the fastest car on the road. Instead, it was designed to attract attention with its unique styling. The car stood out because of its appearance. It was only available in white, with 2 dark blue skunk stripes running across the top. The lower doors had matching blue graphics with the M80 name, making it easy to recognize. A front air dam and rear trunk spoiler gave it a sporty look, while the steel rally wheels with raised white letter tires completed its aggressive stance. Even though these features gave the car a racing-inspired look, they did not improve its speed or handling significantly. Inside, the car had a dark blue vinyl interior with comfortable seating and several convenience features. The speedometer was restricted to 85 miles per hour. Following the federal law at the time, fewer than 2,000 units were built, and they were only sold in North and South Carolina. The Chevrolet Malibu M80 may not have been the fastest car of its time, but its rare production and striking design made it a special model in the Malibu lineup. Number 5, 1987 Buick LeSabre T-Type. Next up, the 1987 Buick LeSabre T-Type reached a top speed of 112 miles per hour. It accelerated to 60 miles per hour in 9.8 seconds and completed a quarter-mile run in 17.2 seconds at 78 miles per hour. While not the fastest car of its time, it offered a strong balance between performance and comfort, making it a unique model in its lineup. Its engine was a 231 cubic inch, 150 horsepower V6. This engine was paired with a 4-speed automatic transmission, ensuring smooth acceleration and reliable power delivery. The exhaust system had a deep but quiet tone, making the ride more refined rather than aggressive. Even with a strong drivetrain, the car was not meant for serious racing, but instead provided a confident and steady driving experience. The design of the car gave it a bold presence. It was often seen in black, with a look that was darker and more aggressive than most other models. The body sat on a 110.8-inch wheelbase and was supported by a strut suspension on all sides. It used Goodyear Eagle GT tires, sized at 215 by 65 on 15-inch wheels. The car also featured disc brakes in the front and drum brakes in the rear, with an optional anti-lock braking system for better control. Inside, the cabin was spacious and comfortable, but the design was not as modern as other performance cars of the time. The dashboard was large, and the upholstery was a mix of black and gray cloth. A unique seatbelt system was used, with the belts attached to the doors, instead of the usual B-pillar location. This system was designed for convenience, but it could sometimes be awkward to use. While the 1987 Buick LeSabre T-Type was not the fastest car on the road. It delivered a balance of power, style, and comfort. Its performance was respectable, and its distinctive look made it stand out from other models in its class. Number 4, 1984, Ford Thunderbird Turbo Coupe. In terms of speed and acceleration, the 1984 Ford Thunderbird Turbo Coupe stands out, reaching a top speed of 125 miles per hour. It could go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 9 seconds and complete a quarter-mile run in 16.8 seconds. For a car of its time, these numbers placed it among the faster options available, especially for those looking for performance in an American coupe. Its engine was a 140 cubic inch, turbocharged 4-cylinder that produced 145 horsepower and 180 pound-feet of torque. Also, the transmission options played a big role in how the car performed. In its first year, the Turbo Coupe only came with a 5-speed manual transmission, making it a true driver's car. By the next year, a 3-speed automatic transmission became available. While this gave drivers more choice, some felt the turbocharged engine worked best with the manual, as it allowed better control over power and acceleration. A special feature in this car was a fuel selection switch on the dashboard. Drivers could choose between regular and premium fuel, adjusting performance based on the fuel quality. Using lower octane fuel likely reduced horsepower, while premium gasoline ensured full power. This kind of system was rare at the time and gave the car a level of adaptability not often seen. While the Thunderbird Turbo Coupe was designed for speed and performance, some versions were sold without air conditioning or even an FM radio. However, most buyers likely chose to include these options. With its strong acceleration, impressive top speed, and unique turbocharged engine, the 1984 Ford Thunderbird Turbo Coupe made a statement as one of the fastest American cars of its era. Number 3, 1989, Chrysler TC by Maserati. Reaching a top speed of 124 miles per hour, the 1989 Chrysler TC by Maserati was designed to be quick. It could go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 9.9 seconds, making it a competitive option among performance cars of its time. Even though it was part of the Chrysler K-Car family, it aimed to be more refined and exciting on the road. Its power came from a 134 cubic inch turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, which produced 160 horsepower. This engine, called the Turbo 2, was borrowed from the Dodge Daytona, but slightly detuned for this car. It was paired with a 3-speed automatic transaxle, which limited how much control drivers had over acceleration. The turbocharged engine provided strong bursts of power, but turbo lag and a narrow power band made it challenging to get the best performance in certain driving conditions. In later years, the car received different engine options. The 1990 and 1991 models introduced a 183 cubic inch V6 engine from Mitsubishi. This version came with an automatic transmission that had durability issues. A rare version of the TC, with only 500 units built, featured a special turbocharged 4-cylinder engine with a 16-valve Cosworth cylinder head and a 5-speed manual transmission. This combination made it the most exciting version of the car, but finding replacement parts today would be difficult. Beyond speed, the TC included advanced features for its time. It came with an anti-lock braking system and a unique suspension setup with custom springs and shocks. However, some of these features did not perform well in the long run, leading to reliability concerns. Despite its performance capabilities, the car did not meet expectations in sales. Chrysler had hoped to sell between 5,000 and 10,000 units per year, but in 3 years, only 7,300 were sold. While the 1989 Chrysler TC by Maserati aimed to blend speed with luxury, it struggled to find the success expected of it. Number 2, 1980, Pontiac Firebird Turbo Trans Am. The 1980 Pontiac Firebird Turbo Trans Am was built for speed, reaching 116 miles per hour. It accelerated from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 8.2 seconds and completed a quarter-mile run in 16.7 seconds at 86 miles per hour. With 205 horsepower, it remained one of the fastest cars of its time while still meeting strict fuel and emission standards. Turbocharging was the secret behind its power. Pontiac used an iResearch TBO305 turbocharger, modified for this V8 engine. Running at 9 pounds per square inch of boost, it pushed performance beyond what other manufacturers attempted. The 301 cubic inch engine felt much larger, delivering strong acceleration without needing a bigger displacement. However, airflow design was critical to maximizing turbo efficiency. A 4-inch duct at the front collected air, directing it through smooth passages to a Rochester Quadrajet carburetor. The fuel air mix then moved through an aluminum plenum chamber before reaching the turbo. A water jacket around the intake controlled temperatures, ensuring consistent performance without overheating. Preventing engine damage was a major challenge. Pontiac developed an advanced ignition system with a sensor that listened to knocking sounds. If detected, the system adjusted spark timing in real time, protecting the engine while keeping it near peak power. This technology allowed for aggressive turbocharging, without the risk of detonation. No doubt, driving the Firebird Turbo Trans Am felt different from other turbo cars. There was no sudden rush of power or noticeable lag. The turbo reached full boost by 3,500 revolutions per minute, delivering smooth acceleration. However, performance declined to 4,000 revolutions per minute due to ignition limits, but the car remained one of the fastest available. Also, braking and handling matched its speed. Four-wheel disc brakes provide excellent stopping power, second only to the Chevrolet Corvette. The WS6 suspension package kept the car stable at high speeds, reducing oversteer and making it easier to control despite its heavy 3,700-pound weight. Pontiac made some compromises to meet regulations. The 4-speed manual transmission was gone, replaced by a turbo Hydra-Matic automatic. California buyers could not even purchase the turbo model due to emissions restrictions. Still, the Firebird Turbo Trans Am stood as a rare performance machine in an era where most cars were slowing down. Number 1, 1983, Mercury Capri RS 5.0. The 1983 Mercury Capri RS with the factory high-output V8 was built for speed. It accelerated from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 7.8 seconds and completed a quarter-mile run in 16.3 seconds. With a power output of about 275 horsepower after a mild engine rebuild, it remained a strong competitor on the road. Unlike most cars of its time, it kept performance alive while maintaining a simple and functional design. The performance came from the high-output 305 cubic inch engine, a motor known for its durability and easy upgrades. Many vehicles were equipped with this engine, and even today, it continues to perform well. If an engine failure occurs, replacements are easy to find, making it a reliable choice for enthusiasts. The original 4-speed transmission remained in place, though it was not the most durable option. Some owners preferred upgrading to a Borg-Warner T5 transmission for improved shifting and longevity. The driving experience was focused on performance, with a sporty interior that kept things simple. The steering wheel and gear stick gave a driver-focused feel, while the interior remained basic but functional. Crank windows and plastic trim were common for the era, making maintenance straightforward. The original RS badge was still present, and the only major change was an aftermarket radio. Small details like unvacuumed carpets showed that the car was used, not just stored away. While some changes were made, the Capri RS still held on to its identity. The repaint and engine rebuild ensured it stayed on the road, and with so few of these cars left in good condition, it stood as a rare example of a true performance machine from the early 1980s. Which car's speed and performance amazed you the most? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this post and subscribe for more hidden muscle car legends.